it be crazy if she's watched all of this?
It really would be.
Like, that's crazy person behavior. Because honestly, if she didn't click off when we said gingivitis halitosis, she had to have clicked off when I said what I said.
I just hope that she gets a little bit of clarification and a little bit of
perspective
and help. This is our bonus episode to the part 2 of the catastrophe that is our work experience at Second and Charles.
Yes, because we really dove into the some of the personal stuff that was happening with both of us during that job. What we didn't get into was the truly kind of illegal
shit that happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Regarding racism, fat phobia, etc.
And I did mention it earlier, but I will do a dramatic reading of my resignation letter and my letter to HR.
Yes, and I honestly cannot wait for that one.
Because I did report the bitch.
Well, do you want to just do the one to HR? Because that's the one that... because it's that plus the extra stuff.
Oh, I can. Do you want me to do it now?
Do you want to?
As the opener?
Sure.
I'll do it.
Why not?
I will do it right now.
What a way to cinch at the beginning of the episode.
Hey, now.
Yeah.
This did go directly to HR. If I stutter, cut it.
Yeah. So if there's any weird cuts, don't pay attention to that.
There's so many words.
Truly.
So many words.
Truly.
Okay.
She means everyone.
I do. Good afternoon. As of today, June 4th, 2025, I have resigned from my position as the co-manager at Second and Charles Store 2124. My reasons for doing so is because of the treatment from my general manager, Holly, last name. I don't want to say that because I think that might be a little too far. I, as well as multiple past and present associates, have had multiple negative experiences with her. I have attached my resignation letter to this email where I list multiple grievances that I've noticed throughout my time working here, but I'd like to add a couple more to this email that I didn't feel comfortable sharing with her in the letter. Firstly, she uses foul language in almost all of the conversations I've had with her, which normally wouldn't be a big deal because we all say the occasional curse word here and there, but myself and other members of the staff have heard her use multiple different slurs regarding a few of our customers. These comments make us feel very uncomfortable and should not be said really ever, but mainly in the work environment. Jesus Christ. She also refused to give certain associates, I named them in the letter, but I will not name them out loud. She refused to give them raises after our starting pay rate increased for personal reasons, such as she didn't like their performance and didn't think that they worked enough hours to deserve this raise. The only reason that she recently raised the pay was because it benefited her in her scheduling budget. It has also been confirmed that she conspires with other members of management to try and get myself and some other members of our staff to quit, so that she will have more payroll hours to give out. When we had a major flooding in our building, she was nowhere to be seen. She didn't respond to the messages until hours later and left our key holder and buyback lead to deal with the entire situation. Now, this is just speculation, but I truly believe that she was intentionally ignoring the messages, and by the time she finally did respond, she offered to come in, knowing that everything was already under control and they were on their way out the door. She also made multiple fat-phobic jokes to me, which makes me super uncomfortable, seeing as I am plus-sized myself, and constantly makes me wonder what she says about me to the rest of the staff behind my back. In my letter, I did mention that she consistently tears associates down instead of training them up and building them up to meet or even exceed the expectations that she sets. But I'd like to dig a little deeper on that. The lack of cross-training and proper training on her end has only made for a messy performance and lack of confidence instilled in our associates. Rather than effectively communicating and checking in that proper training is being done, she points out mistakes and gets worked up and angry at employees making said mistakes.
I was about to say, the way this applies to me so much.
Which, for lack of a better term, hurts their feelings and tears them down. I truly hope that all grievances listed here, as well as in my resignation letter, will be taken into consideration by all parties involved, because as of right now, this isn't a good work environment, and majority of the people on staff are only still working here because they have to and not because they want to. Mm-hmm. I've decided to take a step away from this situation because it has taken a severe toll on my mental health. But as I am on the way out the door, I've decided to be the voice for the people who are too scared of the repercussions she may take on them moving forward in their roles here. Thank you for your time, and I hope that this situation will not be taken lightly. Sincerely, Hannah Johns. Sorry that I stutter so bad. There's so many words, and I have not read that in a hot minute.
Yeah, that felt good, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did. And, I don't even know if she knows that I went to HR. I mean, if she's watching, because she's literally obsessed with me and is stalking my life. I mean, she knows now. But...
Well, I mean, in an ideal world, they would have done something already.
Yeah.
But,
which, that's why I'm wondering if anyone's even seen it. Because I went to the email that they put on the PNP Wiki. But I do have the direct email of someone that works directly in HR that I might forward it to. It's been so long, I don't know how effective it'd be now. I'm just trying to decide, like, what's worth it, honestly. Like, I don't know if I want to open that can of worms. I don't want to have to, like, talk about it with anybody else ever again, truly.
Yeah. Ideally, this will be the last time we actually...
have to talk about it, yeah.
Because,
honestly... for the entertainment.
Well, with you working there, since I've left, it's been so weird. Because usually something like this, I just put out of my mind and never think about again. Because I shouldn't. And... I feel like I've had to dwell on it a lot. And that's, by the way, not at all about you. Just like having to dwell on certain things that happened while I was there.
Yeah.
That I'm like ready to put to bed.
Yeah.
Like it should have been put to bed a long time ago.
Yeah.
But because you've still been going through it, I'm well, I have to be there for her. And it just brings up all the rest of the shit.
Yeah.
So I'm glad this is being put to fucking bed.
Yeah.
And on what you just stated, slurs.
Yes.
Racial slurs.
Multiple of them. Multiple of them. She said the N-word. I was not there for that conversation. I was told about that conversation. But she did say the N-word. I think it was directed towards a customer. And, I mean, she, apologized for it because she knew she got caught in the wrong. But,
she's a white lady, by the way.
The fact that that's something that can just so easily come out of your mouth, you know that she uses it often.
Oh, yeah.
If it just accidentally slips, you know that that's something that she says frequently.
Yeah, because that word never comes out of my mouth.
Hey, mine either.
Exactly.
Mine
if it even comes out of your mouth on accident, you're saying it.
Yeah.
That's not... Because it's... No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's one of those things... Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because I know
She's
better.
Also said multiple other slurs. She said the R word. I hate that word.
I hate it.
I hate that word with my whole entire being. I think that it's one of the truly one of the most disrespectful things that you can say about somebody just because of the connotation.
And it's so in the South, it's hard to get away from.
And even though for you, yeah, haha, funny, you made a joke. You're making a joke off of people's pain, off of people's disabilities,
who have outright been telling us for a very long time, "Hey, stop! That's really disrespectful and hateful to say." Why are you still saying it?
Yeah. I hate it.
So racist. Also, that's not even to mention the times where there weren't slurs thrown around, but she's just genuinely racist, generally all the time.
Blatantly is more disrespectful with
customers of any color. They could be black, they could be brown,
oh my gosh, color. Let this bitch not understand what someone's saying.
Oh my god.
If someone has a thick accent, oh my god. Yeah. It's all hell would break loose. It's fucking ridiculous.
I get in the South that some dialects in the South are crazy.
Oh no, but
some
she's from LA.
Crazy.
Oh no, but she's from LA.
She's from
LA, and that's why the way that she is the way that she is. Yeah. She has a really serious tone problem, which I did mention in my letter, and she constantly blames it on her being from LA, and that's why her tone is the way that her tone is. But it's not even just her tone, it's what she's choosing to say. The words that she is choosing to say, she's choosing to be disrespectful, so she has a disrespectful tone.
It's what she says, how she says it, who she says it to, how often she says it.
It's not just your tone, and also you can have a tone and still be respectful, and still choose to be say respectful things.
Yeah.
You choose what words come out of your mouth. Even if you don't choose the way that you say it, your tone of voice, you still choose the words. You still choose the words that you say. And I also don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that tone is something that can't be changed. So
I think there are times when you're heated or emotions are high where it is difficult to control, because I will say I also have an issue with my tone sometimes where I can come across a lot meaner or more intense than I mean to.
And that happens to me too, but I think the difference between these two situations is that we can recognize that.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, if I notice that my tone is off, I'm like, and I did not mean that in a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, I will immediately shut that down and be like, I'm so sorry that my tone came off that way, and that's not the way that I meant it. Like, I've done that to strangers before. There was, when I was cleaning the bathrooms at 2nd and Charles, someone was wanting to use the restroom, and I already finished cleaning the women's restroom. It was just still blocked off, and she asked me if she could go in there. And, like, the way that I said, yes, you can go in, like, it sounded very disrespectful. And it's because I was so tired from cleaning the bathrooms. So when she,
and also, you're mid-cleaning the bathroom.
So when she was finished and, like, she came out of the restroom and everything, I literally stopped her. I was like, I'm so sorry for the way that my tone came off. Like, I was not trying to be disrespectful towards you in any way, shape, or form. I was just worked up cleaning these bathrooms. Like, and she was like, no, you're good. Like, I didn't take it any sort of way. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, when you show kindness is given back to you. That's why everybody hates your ass.
Everyone. That's not even an exaggeration. Hi, pretty girl.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by the cats.
Yeah.
I love cats.
By the way, your face was... Or not your face. Her face was fully in your shoe.
Oh my god.
Moments ago. I was watching it in the mirror right there.
Please. Please, do you want to be a guest star?
Hi, sweet girl.
Did you say something?
She's not really a talker.
You're not like Kofi.
No, she's a very quiet girl. Unless her mommy leaves. And then it's a problem.
She's so pretty.
She is. She's beautiful.
She's beautiful. There's so many cats at PetSmart right now. I want all of them. There's this all white one. I need it bad. There's also... Oh, you get it, girl. I'll wait. There's also this Siamese one.
Oh, gorgeous.
One of my very first cats was a Siamese. It drowned in our neighbor's pool. Tragic. Also, we can get into that on another episode of the pod. I've had lots of cats in my life, and they've all died traumatically.
Okay.
So that's why, like, when I got Kofi, because he was the first cat that I got, like, for myself, by myself, with my money, my cat, no one can take that cat away from me. My little pirate. He only has one eye. He's my baby. I love him. He got a new collar the other day. Anyways, we can talk about that off camera. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh, I want a cat. Another one.
With the bajillion dogs you have now?
I have 3. I have 3 dogs. I have 1 cat, all in one room.
Yeah. Does anyone want a dog?
Actually, I don't even know if I can get rid of any of them. I had a dream about Maisie the other night. More of a nightmare. She was giving birth to puppies, and then she just started gushing blood, like, everywhere. And it felt so real. It felt so real. I was running through the house. I was like, we have to go to the vet. We have to go to the vet. Like, yelling, screaming, crying for my dog. Like, thought she was about to die. Thought she was dead already, actually. Yeah. And it felt so real. And now I've been so attached to her. Like, we have been attached at the hip. She literally slept right here last night. Like, right here. Yeah. I love her to death. I love her to bits. I don't know if I could get rid of any of them. If I were to get rid of any of my dogs, it'd be Kara, and it'd be me leaving her at my dad's house when I move. Maybe Murphy, too, if he ever gets along with their dogs, and if they can handle the other dog. I'd leave him, too. But I think Maisie and Kofi for sure. Maisie is pretty up there.
She's going to stick around.
She'll stick around for a long time. Anyways,
yeah, let's get back into it.
Let's get back into it. Like, cut that.
We had to lighten it up.
Yeah, we did.
Because the last episode was so heavy, and
it was very heavy. Yeah. It was very heavy. This one's gonna be more like spats.
True. So, building off the racism, which are not allegations, they are fact. She is racist. Anytime customers. Which, by the way, we live in a city that has a very high population of people of color. Yeah. Of all types.
Yeah, and especially that area, too.
Especially
the area that we were in, for sure.
And so my
throat is so hoarse right now.
And so a lot of our customer base are people of color. Whether they are black people, brown people, Asian people, like... Yeah. It's just a big part of the customer base there.
And especially with, like, the military base right there, like, we get a lot of...
There's a lot of different types of people.
There's a lot of different types of people.
But... almost any time that she would see people of color walk into the store, like, you can see her shift. It's wild.
She's like automatically like they're gonna steal something.
Yes, is automatically assuming they're stealing
profiling.
Something. Yes, racial profiling.
Yes,
like keeping her eyes on them. And now, mind you, most of the customers are not.
Yeah,
like there is a theft problem in that area. There is a theft problem in that store, but. That's not
any
that doesn't
excuse
give you
to just
no, it doesn't give you
Because
credence to do that.
she didn't do that as
She didn't do that with white people.
With white people,
unless they were visibly addicts or drunk.
yeah, like drug abusers,
very visibly addicts.
yeah.
Never did that with
She
white
was
people.
not. Yeah.
It was always the black people.
Yeah.
It was always the black people or the brown people.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Because also the way she would talk about them was just nasty.
Yeah.
Just nasty. As someone who has employees under her who are black, that's crazy.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
When she said the N-word, she said it next to one of two black associates that we have.
Like, to openly do that in front of any of your
Just
employees
any of your
is
employees,
crazy.
period. And like, especially in this day and age that we live in right now, and you still feel comfortable doing that,
Get out of here.
please go.
In a predominantly black city, you're gonna be a racist like that.
Please leave.
Stupid.
It's
Just dumb.
It's crazy.
And so there's that. And that was constant, by the way. This wasn't like...
Yeah, no, it wasn't like a one-time,
no,
one and done type thing. It was like literally...
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And then... going off the other thing, the fat phobia thing. Do you really think that's why she had such a problem with me? Because you mentioned that in part 1, so I'm curious.
I don't know, and I don't want to like put words in her mouth because we're already bashing her so bad, and
Well,
like I want to give her a little bit of grace. But
to be frank, you're not putting words in her mouth. She said them.
yeah, she's never said anything specifically about you or your weight to me.
Because I've always been fat. I was fat when I worked there.
Yeah,
I just feel like that's
like
important.
she never said anything specifically towards you. It is just something that I had noticed that she has mentioned about other like customers and even people in her personal life that were bigger, like saying really mean things about them, solely picking them out just because of their weight, like stuff like that. Like there was this lady that complained about me once, and I was like, well, what did she look like? And she was like, she's fat. Like that was the first thing that came to her mind. And it's like, that's her way of talking down on people, and that's her way of belittling people, is to immediately go for their weight.
Well, you've told me multiple times about how she said stuff like that about just different customers.
Just about different customers, yeah. And she even like said, she literally said something about like her sister, and she was like, if I ever get that fat, I told Andrew to like kill me or something like that. Like it was something very severe. It was like very dramatic, and I was like, so you obviously have a problem.
Yeah.
Like you obviously have a problem.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, I wonder if she's talking to the, like, literally right now, in this moment, as we speak, at work, talking to people like, yeah, she quit because she's fat. Like, I swear, like, and I shouldn't have to think that way about my superior and who is supposed to be my boss. You know, like, that's not a way that I should feel about a job, period.
And again, it is absolutely insane to say that when you have multiple employees that are plus size.
Yeah.
Whether they are just
And
pudgy, chubby, or
you're
fat.
not skinny yourself, babes.
No. Like, you're not
And
a
I don't
stick.
mean that, I don't mean that in a rude way.
No.
Because I'm super, like, body
I don't
positivity.
care. I don't care.
But you don't have the right to say anything like that either. And that's one of those things where it's like, and I'll say this, and I know a lot of people say this is a very common thing that is said. If you cannot change it in 5 minutes, if you cannot go to the bathroom and fix yourself real quick, do not
shouldn't be
point it
speaking
out
on
about
it.
another person. Do not point it out about another person.
Why are we talking about people's bodies?
Thank you.
Why are we talking about people's bodies?
Thank you.
Grow up.
Please grow up. It's
'Cause-
so bad, and it's like, how do you live with yourself? How do you live with yourself after treating people like that? And that's what I think gets me the most. It's like, she truly thinks that what she's doing and what she's saying is right, and she's the better person. She's the bigger person. Like,
There's a lot of cognitive dissonance there.
it's so bad. It's so bad, and it's like, how is it beyond help? Because I mean, she's going to a
Yeah.
therapist. It's not working. Like, in the nicest way possible. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude?
Fuck?
Like, I can't.
It's crazy. Like, I'm sorry to keep saying it's just
Speechless.
I'm speechless. It's crazy to comment on someone else's body like that. To comment on anyone else's anything like that when you are the person that you are
Yeah.
with how you choose to present yourself.
Oh, I think she's projecting.
Has to be.
And I think that she also, like, she has to talk down on other people to make her feel better about herself, because she knows, I think subconsciously she knows how shitty she is, and she knows that she's a bad person,
yeah.
and she knows that she does bad things.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So she has to, like, project that. Like, she has to pretend like she is the superior.
Yeah.
And like she has to make herself feel right. Like she has to, it's like fake it till you make it. Mm-hmm. Like she has to do it consistently because
there is no making it.
Because there is no making it. Like she has to be right. So she's going to keep on saying it until someone validates her. So that she can get that satisfaction of being right.
That must be what her fiance does. That has to be what it is. Because I cannot imagine.
I just don't even understand how they have conversations. Like, I am sat here, like, thinking about it, and I'm like, they live in silence.
They have to.
Do they talk? Do they hang?
Yeah. I think that about straight people a lot. What are you talking about?
What do you guys talk about?
I don't know.
The same thing that we talk about.
Straight men are so boring, though. And also, so often, they're... I'm not saying this about your man. So often, so much of their humor and just personality come from being awful. Like, being sexist, being racist, being homophobic, being
but
misogynist.
Also,
like,
I do think that that's just you coming from your general knowledge of the stereotypical straight man.
It's from my experience with straight men.
Really?
Yes. But also, you know what? I will say, I've grown up in the South. So
yeah. Well, and I'm really
it could
just
be
like,
a lot of that.
I mean, I have had those experiences too, and I'm not invalidating how like that at all, and that is very much true what you just said. I think that it's
also suddenly it's true. It's no longer me adhering to stereotypes.
Let me finish.
No,
I think
not.
that because I didn't think about it from that standpoint, and when I was thinking about it when it was brought up, I was thinking about me and my relationships and my relationships with the straight man, but looking at it as my experiences with straight men in general, because the type of people that I'm with and the type of people that I have spoken to and just
that's
like existed
very
with
different things,
two very different people.
Yeah.
So like I love my man and I have a really good relationship and like I enjoy talking to him all the time and I wish I could talk to him all the time. So that's not the person that I'm talking to when I talk about stereotypical straight men, because you're right. And I wasn't thinking about that in the moment because I was thinking about my man. Because my mind,
even though I did explicitly say I'm not talking about you anymore.
I know, but my mind just goes to him all the time.
Because I don't think you would date someone like that.
I wouldn't. No, for sure.
Because you.
No one like that would date me. Period.
Like, true. Like you yourself as a queer woman, like wouldn't be dating someone like that anyway. So
yeah. No, I apologize for how that made you feel in the beginning, but my brain was moving slower than my mouth was.
You don't want to apologize.
That does happen to me a lot, though. My brain moves slower than my mouth, and I have to watch it. I need to watch myself.
Mine moves so much faster.
I know, and it's crazy. Teach me.
You don't want this.
I don't want this.
You really don't want what's going on.
I don't.
Here.
And you know what? I think that mental health is so weird. I think that, and this is such a weird segue, but like thinking about it, how you're like, my brain moves so fast. I don't think that my brain, like in my mental health and in my, what is self-diagnosed disorders, it's less of my brain moving fast and like thinking so many things. It's that I have so many different compartments. Like my brain is thinking about so many things at once. It's not me overthinking about certain situations, which does happen frequently as well, but like for a majority of it, it's like have so many different things. It's like I saw this, someone said this, I think it was the Sternolio triplets on YouTube. They're triplets, they're brothers, obviously. He was like, my brain...
Wait, is it the two straight ones and a gay one?
Yes.
Okay, I know who that is.
Yes, I love them. He was like, my brain is like a web browser, and it's like I have so many different tabs open, and then boom, there's a spam pop up, and then I minimize that, and then I have to open this one, and then I have to go back to, and then there's so many different like tabs, and that's how my brain is. That's how my brain is thinking. It's not necessarily an overactive brain; it's an overwhelmed brain. But yeah,
mine is like it moves so fast it almost feels like a spiral, like a cyclone in my head, where I'm constantly like I'm following that train, but it's moving so fast that it doesn't always come out right.
Yeah, which
is also why, like, I'm sure it's happened several times already. When I say certain things, like my words will come out as one. I'll say multiple words at once. And so it comes out absurd, and then I have to be like, okay, wait, I was trying to say this, this, and this. I was trying to say a full sentence, it came out as one word.
Yes. Yeah, mental health is crazy.
It really is. It's also interesting because I feel like you and I have some similar things, but our symptoms are quite different.
Yeah.
Like, we both are depressed. We both have anxiety.
Well.
But it's in different ways. We both have brains that don't.
Speaking of the anxiety thing, and because I am realizing it right now, I get anxiety when I'm talking about very deep subjects as well. It's not just I'm overwhelmed, I have anxiety really bad. Like, whenever I'm talking about something that, like, I'm really passionate about, that I truly believe in, because it is happening to me right now, why I keep yawning. And I keep, like, I'm getting my anxiety shivers. But it also happens to me when I talk about stuff like that. And I think that it's so odd, because it's like, I don't feel like I should be anxious in this moment.
Yeah.
But I am. Like, that's how I'm feeling.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I'll get that way too, especially if it's something I actually touched on it last part, but like, if it's something that's really like strong and I've been wanting to say it for so long and I'm finally getting to say it, it will do that. Like, I'll start shaking, I'll start shivering, like,
Yeah.
My voice will start shaking really bad. Like, when we were in that meeting, that's what I was saying earlier, like, I could barely speak.
Yeah.
I had to force every word out of my mouth, which is why it came out so shaky and like I wasn't standing behind myself. And I feel so bad about that, but I couldn't change it in the moment.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I was physically afraid of her.
The thing that I also feel about that specific conversation is the way that it was approached. Because
because it was approached like I was a demon.
Because they were attacking us.
Yeah.
It wasn't them trying to have a conversation with us. They were attacking us. And I think that's why that it happened the way that it did. Because it wasn't a productive conversation at all.
No. God, no. I will say, I think district manager was not... I don't think she was attacking. I do think she was genuinely trying to help at certain points.
Yeah, I think that it was just too far gone, and she was doing what she could in the moment.
Well, also, like, Holly is so far up her ass.
Yeah.
Her own ass and district managers.
Yeah.
Like, because she's had a lot more time to convince these people of what reality is.
Yes.
And they would have no way to know otherwise, because I don't think anyone has ever spoken up against her. Ever.
Not until us.
Not until... It also, like, is insane that both your AGM and your co-manager are saying the exact same thing about you, but we're the problem.
Yeah. And...
like, we both went to HR about it.
I don't want to be messy, so this may have to be cut.
Okay.
But, like, it's not just us feeling this way.
Oh, no. I don't mean feel. I mean actually, like, saying it. Like, sending it out.
And a lot of people... and there have been people who have said stuff to me about the same exact thing. They just are...
scared.
Scared and currently stuck.
Yeah.
So it's like... I'm not trying to put anybody on blast because the way that she is, and I don't want her to take any repercussions to the people that are still working there. And if you're seeing this, please don't fucking do that. Please don't fucking do that. Because you are just making things worse. It's like, what do you gain from that? What do you gain from that? If you're seeing this, at least realize that you need help and you need to be better. And that's the only thing that I ask. And like I mentioned it in my resignation letter, and I mentioned it like to multiple people. It's like, I truly hope that the only thing that she gains from this is perspective, and like can truly at least try and put in the work to fix it, because I love the company, and the store deserves to thrive in the way that it should be, because it's a great store and we would have such great business, you know. And it's like, it is a really good place to work, but it's so hard working under somebody like that.
Yeah. And
it just got too much for us specifically. Yeah. And
working at that specific location is already difficult because you are severely understaffed constantly. There is no full staffing because it's a low volume. It's considered a low volume store by the company, so they just don't give payroll hours. Yeah. And so we are just understaffed. They put everything on the managers. Everything. It's crazy the amount of work they expect for the money they're giving you. But like, it's the manager. It is the general manager that is the problem.
There is no reason why I should have been doing what I was doing for what I was making.
No. Not for $13.
Girl. There's no reason. But I stayed because I liked my job. Like, I truly did like the job itself, and I felt like I was really good at it. And I was really open to continuing to grow in that company, but I could not work under her anymore. No. I could not do it. It was And that's why I was halfway considering taking the job in Colorado. Because I was offered the co-manager position in Colorado.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. It was after I met there was this girl that I met when we went to Pennsylvania to help open a new store. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about it, and she talked to her manager about it, and she was like, we can do a little interview for you. Like, we talked you up. He's super interested. But I was already going through everything with Michael. I didn't want to move to Colorado. And it's also coming up really soon. It's like end of the summer. So it's like there's no way that I'd be able to feasibly do that. But like, I would have if it was feasible, because I love the company and I love the job, but I cannot work under her anymore.
No. God, no.
I can't do it.
I've said it multiple times to you. I'd go back now.
Yeah.
Like, I'd go back today.
Oh, yeah.
As long as she wasn't.
If she quit, I would literally go. I would go back. I don't know if they'd accept me back. I don't know if there's a thing where she can, like, blacklist me from the company. That's what I even told the girl that reached out to me about Colorado. I was like, I resigned, and Holly's probably talking mad shit. If there's a way for her to blacklist me, she probably did. I didn't do anything wrong, but...
I imagine she did the same thing to me, too.
Yeah.
Like, I would not be shocked, because she had such vitriol about me, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I've been here for 3.5 months. Why do you hate me so bad? Yeah, hold the camera just a little bit closer. Frizz, get down.
It's empty.
Thank God we have more water.
It wasn't water. And action. Someone give me a thing.
A clapper.
And
Is that what it's called? Clapper? Because it goes clap.
I'm done.
Is that not what it is? What is that?
If you guys subscribed, unsubscribe.
No. We have 3 right now.
And one of them's me and one of them's my dad.
And the other one's me.
Schley.
And there's going to be a 4th one. My mommy.
Oh.
I sent her the link this morning because I had already sent her the link for the YouTube, but Spotify doesn't actually show up until you publish an episode, so it wasn't even showing up until this morning.
Yeah.
So I sent her that too.
You and your mom have the same last name? You and your mom have the same last name? Mama D. Mama Duncan.
Oh God.
I'm gonna start calling her that.
No.
Mama D. Why would she hate it?
We don't like our last name.
Oh.
But it's because it's my dad's family's last name. I think he'd change it if he could too. Because we all hate his family.
Okay.
And if you're listening, everyone except the one cousin who's not a piece of shit, fuck you.
And I second that because I got my baby's back.
Thank you. Well, like, I guess
some of the stuff that I've already heard.
Building off of Holly, if you're gonna be racist and bigoted, I don't want to be around you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with you.
Thank you.
And aggressively homophobic to your openly gay nephew. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's the thing with Holly. I don't know if she's homophobic.
Well, she told me she identified as like bisexual or pansexual or something, and I was like,
yeah,
you have such a weird energy about you, though. I don't know.
I don't know if I truly believe it.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna
weird.
police sexuality, but like,
yeah,
I don't want you. I don't think bisexuals want you.
We don't.
No. Also, actually, hold on. Let me go back a second. The fat phobia is crazy when your boyfriend is plus sized.
Thank you. And she was actually, oh my God, I hope Andrew sees this. Watch out. She was showing me her engagement pictures, and she was like, he needs to lose weight. Like, he just needs to lose weight. Yeah.
Dump her. Because
Please.
you look great. You look fine.
It's just like, everything, it's like, it's always about body image with her. And to way too frequently. Way too frequently she brings up body image. And it's like, is all you see? Is that all you see in a person? Do you even like his personality at this point? Like, what's going on? What is going on?
That really does lead me to believe that was part of the issue she had with me then. But then why did you hire me?
Yeah.
Why did you hire me? I come back to that a lot. My mom actually brought that up after I put in my 2 weeks. Because she was like, why did this bitch hire you then?
Well, because you've done nothing but meet the expectations that you set in your interview.
Yes.
Like, that is all that you did.
And
you,
at certain points, like, proven by data, I met my expectations.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Talk about meeting expectations. One of the main reasons why I decided to quit when I did was because I got pulled into the office to talk about my attitude, because I had just been having, like, I was having a really bad, like, mental health week. It wasn't anything personal towards anybody. I was just really going through it. Like I said in the first episode, I think, that before I quit my job, I was just in a really weird space, a really bad depressive episode, to where everything was just pissing me off and I was just upset all the time. But I could recognize that, and I didn't take it out on anybody. Like, I was very respectful towards customers, towards the rest of the staff. Like, I was getting my job done, meeting every expectations. Like, just because I was a little bit more reserved than usual, I wasn't as funny and giddy like I normally am. That was apparently a problem. And so I got pulled into the office to talk about that, and I was like, I don't understand. I even said it. I was like, I don't understand why this is even being brought up when I'm doing nothing but meeting the expectations set by the company.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not being disrespectful towards anybody. And she was like, you may not think that you are, but there are specific things that you've done or said to certain members of the staff. And I'm like, okay, give me an example. And she brought up when I went over the walkie, and she said I was being snappy towards them, when I was not. I was overwhelmed because I was doing buyback, I was intaking customers, I was being the cashier at the same time, I was answering phone calls all at the same time, and I needed help looking for a book because I couldn't step away because I was doing all that at once. And so when I came over the walkie, I might have been, and I can admit this, I might have been a little bit more stern in the way that I was talking, but I was not being disrespectful at all. And I even, like, and that's the thing, is, like, I even told her that, and I even explained myself. I was like, just because it came off that way, that does not mean that that's the way that I intended it for it to come off. And I'm sorry if you perceive that way. But majority of this issue that we're facing right now is a perception problem. And she just, like, was dead set on the fact that, like, I hated her and I was out to get her, which valid. But I'm not going to bring that up to you, especially not in this setting, and especially not, honestly, at all. Like, I'm not going to openly admit the fact that I do not like you and do not like working with you when I actively work with you. Because that just causes tension.
Yeah.
An unnecessary drama.
And that was my job.
Right.
Sorry.
No, but it just causes unnecessary drama, and that's at the end of the day, that's what it was. It was just a bunch of drama, and at that point, that was like my turning point. I was like, I can't keep doing this. I did nothing wrong, and I'm still being ridiculed for it, and I can't. I'm sticking up for myself. Like, I have to. Like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, she had a vendetta out against you. I was saying that for months.
And the thing is I truly don't understand why. I don't know what I did, what I said, how I...
You stopped being her friend. That's the thing. I wanted to bring that up last episode, because I wanted to touch on it. It's that thing of, like, if you're not being her friend, her actual, like, genuine friend, she doesn't want you to be around.
But that's, like, this is work.
I know, that's the problem.
And that's... It shouldn't... Your expectations of me should not be based on if I'm your best friend or not. Yeah. Like, if I'm your friend inside or outside of work, period.
That's also why I brought up in that farce of a meeting the fact that, like, your last two AGM, like, the AGM and co-manager that was there before us, they were tight. Like, they were friends. They did stuff together outside of work. They were genuine friends. Well, maybe not the AGM, considering what happened after she left. But, like, and I don't know what happened with the co-manager either, so I don't know. But, like, they were friendly. They were like a unit, and then you and I weren't. You more so than me. I never pretended to be her friend.
Let's look at, like, the metrics and how the business was running when they were there, when it was all buddy-buddy and everything was fine. It was not.
Yeah, no, you still had every issue you had after we got there.
Yeah.
And a lot of it just got worse because I wasn't
and
playing
it was
her
all
game.
And the thing is that every single problem that we had in that company was personal.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's what it all boils down to.
That store was all personal, and that's not the way that it should be.
No.
And I hope that this video gets to HR and they can fire her or something.
Second in Charles, HR.
Something needs to shake. Like, something truly does need to shake if you want that store to thrive.
Truly.
And if it takes firing her, and I don't wish that on anybody because it does suck, and I don't want to put you out on a job because I don't want to hate anybody that much. I'm
fair.
trying to
That's
be
fair.
I'm trying to be at least a little bit respectful of the situation, but it's like
That's actually
she
so
doesn't
fair.
deserve it.
I don't want to hate anyone in an active way.
Yeah.
I think I had a lot of anger issues when I was younger, and I held grudges for a long time. I hated a lot of people, but a lot of that was my internal shit that I had to deal with. And then once I dealt with it, I don't do that anymore. Like, I don't hate people that much anymore.
Yeah.
I do hate her, but not in like this active vitriolic way. It's more so, you're just a bad person.
Yeah.
I hate you
and
in
that's
that way.
And that's the thing too, and it's like a lot of my repertoire for being a good person and my who I choose to be friends with and who I don't choose to be friends with is genuinely based on if you are a good person or not.
Yeah.
I don't care about anything else. If you have a good heart, if you are a good person, cool.
Yeah.
I fuck with you.
Yeah.
I fuck with you heavy. The second that I see the tiniest bit of disrespect that was not deserved, and you're like, the second I see someone just being a bad person in general, I'm like, you're the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
Like, you're the reason why we have so many problems in this world, in this society, and everything. And it's like, if you can't choose to be better for yourself and for everybody else, then I can't fuck with you anymore.
No.
Like,
And
I
what are you
cannot
doing?
actively choose to be a part of your life in good conscience. Like, I don't want to be associated with somebody like that.
Yeah.
I can do it. And like I did like, and I hate being fake. I hate being fake really, like, a lot, because be fucking real with me. But in that situation, it was so hard to be anything but fake because it was my job.
Well, it was either you be fake or she's gonna find a reason to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
you
it
had
was-
to
it
pretend to be her
literally
friend for a
was-
long time.
I had to fight for my job.
Yeah.
Like, I had to fight for my position there, and I had to fake enforce, and I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And it was getting like my string was getting so thin. It was getting so stretched out. And that's why towards the end of it, when she brought up the like me being disrespectful thing, I was like, yeah, because
Oh,
I don't like
Lord.
you.
Yeah.
Because I don't like you, and I didn't want to hide it anymore. And I didn't say it to her face because I was trying to be at least a little bit respectful, like I've been saying. And like I don't like to be a bad person because I don't like bad people. So I try my hardest to be as respectful as I can. But when it gets to a point where it's like, I am so drained because of you and because of the emotional turmoil that you have put me through, I can't do it anymore.
There's also something to be said about like being bad in response to a bad person that doesn't make you a bad person.
Yeah.
Like, sticking up for yourself, holding that boundary doesn't make you a bad person.
Yeah.
It just makes you evolved.
Strong.
Yeah. That means you're a stronger person than you
Yeah.
were before.
And I wish that it didn't have to be the way that it was. But, I mean, all the cards just ended up playing out that way. I don't necessarily want to say that I would have done anything differently. Because, I mean, I wouldn't be where I am in life right now. And I kind of like where I'm at in life right now. I mean, there's some things that I wish I could tweak. But, like, I'm overall, like, really happy about where my life is at now. And, like, the people that I've met and the places that I've been. The direction that it's going. This podcast, for example. So it's like, I don't know. It's like it's a give and take. It's a balance for sure, and I think that that's the way that it is with most things in life. It's just really weird. It's a really tough situation, and especially like thinking back on it, I'm like, why did I've said it in the last podcast, like, why did I even put myself through that for so long? It's just crazy.
I mean, there was a lot of factors as to why you kind of had to stay in that situation.
Yeah.
And
I hated every second of it.
Yeah, and I really wish that hadn't been the case. But I do say that some positives that came out of it are you are a much stronger person than you were before.
Yeah.
You're a much different person. You've evolved a lot over the last year.
I feel like I'm more mature emotionally and physically, if I guess. I was trying to look for a word, couldn't find it. So that's what I went with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just grew a lot as a person and also in my managerial roles.
Oh, yeah, she does a great job of showing what not to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what she does is what not to do.
Yeah.
What we were doing is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing.
And I felt really good about that.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the things that I did take pride in. I was like, I'm a people person till I die, you know, and like me being a people person actually gets stuff done. Like, I had a conversation with one of our newer associates about metrics and stuff, and like it wasn't even like a me yelling at you conversation, and the next day it was really high numbers. Yeah. It's like, you don't have to be like, you need to get these numbers up or else there's going to be repercussions against you. Like, you're looking at another write-up. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to scare them into doing their job. No. You motivate them into doing their job.
Yes.
Like, that
is a great way to put that. Yes. Yeah. You are supposed to be motivating people to do better.
Yeah.
Not scaring them. Because also, that doesn't work.
And the thing is, and like, one of the biggest issues that I did have with her, and me and the buyback lead, I don't want to say names again, but
yeah,
me and the buyback lead we were talking about it, and it's like, when she does something wrong, or not when she does something, when an associate does something wrong after they're supposed to be out of training, or even while they're still in training, she just blows up. Like, she just gets upset. She gets mad. She goes and she talks shit about them to the next manager that she can see. She doesn't build them up and try to train them up to her expectations. She doesn't try to put in the work to help them, because obviously they're struggling, and she just is going to sit there and let them struggle until she can give them a write-up, until she can fire them.
And to add to that, she loved to say that, like, if you had a question, you should ask it. In her perspective, like, if you were asking a certain question after a certain point, like, why are you asking that? You shouldn't be asking that. You should know. Well, how? No one ever taught me. Yeah. The training here was not...
The thing is, too, and it's like, people are scared of you. They don't want to ask a question, because whenever they ask a question, you
go apeshit on them.
You literally.
And then
you speak back to them in the most condescending tone. Yes. You say the most fucked up shit. Like, you're not respectful about it at all. Even if you do believe that it's something that they should know, they don't. They don't. So, tell them. Teach them. Train them. Make sure that it doesn't happen again. Don't yell at them over the walkie and embarrass them in front of the entirety of the staff. Because she does that all the time. She will talk over that walkie so much. And I don't know if it's like, she knows that it makes them feel some type of way because it is in front of the rest of the staff. Because everybody that works there has a walkie on. Like, has a radio, has a walkie in their ear. So it's like, you know that's going to really, like...
It's embarrassing. It's trying to shame people into doing better. And that's just not how that works.
Right. Like I said, scaring people instead of motivating people.
Yeah. Your job as a manager is this has become a managerial podcast. Your job as a manager is to train your employees to be able to do their job properly, motivate them to do the best job they can, and be there to catch them if they fall.
Yes.
That's what you are supposed to be doing.
And she did none of those.
No, you don't do any of those. You're already set. She loved to say setting up for success. Bitch, you never done that once. You have never set any employee up for success.
And that's also one of my biggest things with her too. And it's like, she preaches so much, but she doesn't do it herself.
Yeah.
Like
hypocrisy.
The communication part.
Oh,
she
Lord.
preached about communication. She would never communicate with us because it's
Name one time she communicated with me about a problem.
When she was yelling at you in the middle of the store about tampons.
There we go. And that wasn't even communication. That was just me being bitched at.
Literally.
And then deciding I've had enough. That was my final straw.
Yeah.
I put in my 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think I mentioned that on part 1. I put in my 2 weeks after that because I was done.
Yeah.
Girl.
Guys, I wish you could see this right now.
That's crazy.
This cat is staring into my soul. Oh my god, she's so scary. Oh my god. Oh.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep, dream a dream, get us out. Dream, 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 dream.
Yeah.
Hit the hay, fast asleep. Dream a dream, little bleep. Dream, 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 dream.
Yeah. Was that Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yes.
Okay. Let's make sure I had that right.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
T. Lawner.
As a baby.
As a itty bitty petite young boy.
Yeah, he is so young in that movie.
Yeah.
Like,
itty
also
bitty.
short. Because he's a child.
Well, normally, you don't grow until you get older.
And famously.
I forgot what I was talking about, but it was going to be so important.
I'm sorry. It's her fault this time. It's
her
not my
fault.
fault. Usually it's my fault.
Oh my god, I need to remember. It's going to fuck me off. Fuck me off.
Fuck me off. Ooh.
It's going to piss me off. And the video is going to be weird because I'm starting to say something very important and then I stop. So we might just have to cut the whole entire thing.
Oh, absolutely not.
Because I don't think I remember.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, one of the things about her is that, like, the hypocrisy of it all.
Yes.
The communication thing that we talked about, and then also, like, setting people up for success.
Mm-hmm.
She would always, like, preach, clean up behind yourself, clean up your mess. But when she would do, like, resets and stuff, she left a crap full of stuff on library carts just for somebody else to deal with, and, like, would leave a bunch of stuff on, like, library carts. Not library carts, the black push carts. You guys don't know what any of that is, but still, she would just leave shit everywhere. And it's like, you literally preach, and she would get so pissed off with me if I did that. Like, she would constantly make it a point to point that out, like, oh, you still have this mess from earlier. Yeah, and you still have this mess from 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, she waits until somebody else does it. Or she'll inevitably have to do it because no one else did.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and get pissy about it.
Months later.
Even though this was a project you wanted.
Yes.
This is a project you started because you wanted to do it.
Yes. Or because it was your job to do it.
Yeah. Remember how I left in the middle of one of the projects she forced on us? Because we were alphabetizing
the
that
comping?
section. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Also, how stupid is it that it's called that? That's
Trust me,
important.
I do remember that because then I had to finish it by myself.
I cannot find it in myself to feel bad about that.
It's the fact that she also started that same project with a different section.
Oh, yeah.
She started it herself, and it didn't get done for 2 months.
And also
3
did
months.
it so kind of haphazardly that no one else could ever actually follow it.
Yeah, and then she made other employees do it, like associates. And then she pinned it on Jamal. And then she finally stepped in and started helping him. Like,
It's still like that?
No, they finished it finally after
okay.
months. I'm just saying, like, she started that project herself because it was part of her job to do. Like, they wanted her to do it. And then she pinned it off on so many other people because she didn't want to. She wanted to sit her happy ass in the office and not do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then leave early.
Yeah. Like every day.
It was every day. And the thing is, it's like she would come up to us and, like, be like, is it okay if I do this? Is it okay if I do that? And she would, like, ask us.
What are you supposed to say to that?
Exactly. Like, what
Genuinely.
because she would always say, like, her stomach hurts, her eyes itchy, like, she didn't get much sleep last night. She has a headache. She doesn't feel good. She's hungry. She's tired. She didn't get to sleep. Her cat woke her up. Like, there was always an excuse.
I say, then maybe just end it.
Maybe just quit.
Maybe just end it.
Breathing.
The way I told her that a few times when we were working together, I was like, at one point, I did just straight up ask her, are you happy here?
Yeah.
Like, it was a day when she and I were, because we had a few good days.
Yeah.
Like, it was on a good day between us. And I was like, are you happy here? Because it seems like it stresses you out a lot. I was just very open with her. Are you happy here?
Yeah.
She was like, I don't know. And that was the only moment in my time working there where I was sure she was telling me the truth.
She, like, so many different
times
that she's talked about, and even, like, I've seen her looking for other jobs, like, looking into other jobs. So she just never goes through with it. And I think because she's safe where she's at, she feels comfortable. She's the boss. She's in charge. She's the big bad boss, and she can do whatever she wants to.
That's why.
And she doesn't want to not have that luxury
Yeah.
of being able to do whatever she wants to.
Because I promise you, if she moved that whole attitude to a different workplace,
It would not.
they're not gonna
put up with that.
No, because you're not gonna have district manager there to sort of have your ass
Yeah.
to lie to like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just wish that a lot of more higher ups can see it from someone else's perspective instead of just their own. I wish that they could understand where we as the
People who are actually running the fucking face of the company,
yeah,
they could see what was happening.
like, our metrics before I left had been going up, and, like, our donations were doing really good for, like, the Coffee for Troops promotion that we were doing, and it was all thanks to me and Jamal. Holly did not a lick of that work, but she gets the credit for it. Like, when we get, like, promotion, or we get raises and stuff for that shit, and she gets a lot of that, just solely just because she has the title of the general manager. Like, when we were doing competitions and stuff, the store with the most, like, the highest increase in whatever, like, the GM specifically gets rewards for that, and the associates didn't get anything, I don't think. They either got, like, 5 points or, like, something crazy, and, like, she got 50, solely because she is the manager. She didn't do anything. I don't even know if she was there that day. She might have been there, but, like, she obviously she did not do anything. She might have bought a coffee. Might have bought a coffee or two. You know?
Can we talk about the fact that she strong-armed several managerial staff members to buy coffee to inflate the numbers?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I never did.
She pushed me into doing it.
Mm-hmm.
She pushed me into doing it multiple times.
Yeah.
Pushed Jake into doing it. David, I think, might have done one. Lots of different people did it. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, I get it.
Getting people to donate to charity is already really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard getting employees to ask for that because they know it's hard. Also, we live in an impoverished city, and that is in a more impoverished part of town. So expecting people to spend $12 to $15 extra on something that they will never see, that it's stupid. Like, we're in a store that's whole purpose is to sell secondhand items at a lower price. And you're not collector stuff, like obviously that's at higher price, but
but also people sell to us so they can make money.
Yes, or to have enough money to pay their fucking rent and power bill.
Yeah,
so they can keep the lights on.
Yeah,
like,
I said sell to us, like I still associate with that job.
I do that all the time,
but it is such a big part of my life, you know, and I was there for.
It had a big impact.
Over a year, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Couldn't collectively with both times I worked there.
Yeah. So yeah, it's insane to ask someone who's maybe only spending $5 to be like, hey, do you want to spend another $15 on this bag of coffee you'll never see and have no proof that it's actually going anywhere? Because to be real, if you don't know this already, most retail establishments, especially big chains, when they're asking you for charity money, they've already donated that money. They are purely asking you for money to make their money back, which is another reason why it pisses me off when employees are held to a standard that is unreasonable because you want your money back for a charity donation. You are costing people their jobs just because you aren't making your money back from a charity donation, which you should have been doing in the first place.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I had no idea. There was also this one thing that we were doing while we were doing coffee for the troops. Called the Associate Assistance Fund. And it's what we, it's like people who are employees with the company, if they go through traumatic events, they'll help them. They'll give them the money to help them. Like I did think they did it with like Hurricane Katrina is what they were like promoting. And specifically on the website and on like the donation page or whatever, it says that we're only supposed to be asking associates during employee transactions and never specified that we're supposed to be asking customers. Holly made us ask the customers. Because our district manager was getting upset that we didn't have any donations.
Yeah, because that's insane.
Yeah, I bought the sweatshirt. That's $10. It was $40. 10 of it went to the donation.
A sweatshirt that probably cost $2.
I actually really like the sweatshirt. I actually was telling you about that yesterday. I really like the sweatshirt, but it says Second and Charles on it, so it has a little bit of trauma.
How big is it? Like the 2NC thing?
The Second and Charles, it's very tiny. It's right under the big lettering at the top.
I was about to say, you may be able to get it off with acetone.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Anyways.
I was thinking about that last night, but I didn't know how to say that before now.
It's just a lot, and you know what? I could talk about it for hours and hours and hours. I just can't, like, think of any more stories at the moment. Actually, I can. I don't know if I want to get into it again.
Oh, really?
You know what? I'm dying to get it on the pod.
You don't know if you want to get into it. I'm dying to get into it.
I've talked about it so much.
Oh, you know what? That's fair.
I've talked about it so much. I've talked about it with so many people.
Yeah.
And you already know everything.
Yeah.
So I'm just tired of talking about it. But you know what? It's for the people. It's for the people. And if Holly's watching this, I want her to know how I feel.
Wouldn't it be crazy if she's watched all of this?
It really would be.
Like, that's crazy person behavior. Because honestly, if she didn't click off when we said gingivitis halitosis, she had to have clicked off when I said what I said.
I just hope that she gets a little bit of clarification and a little bit of
perspective
and help.
Genuine help.
Yes. This is me just speaking from experience. From the experiences that I've had, I really hope that it does change. And that's what I will say. Anyways, we were in this stage where we had a couple new associates at the same exact time. So we were all kind of helping and training them. And she swears up and down that we had a conversation about us two predominantly being the ones that were training these people.
Oh, okay. I know which story this is.
And you know what? I'm not doubting that conversation happened. It just did slip my mind. I don't necessarily remember the conversation. I don't necessarily remember it going that way. But hey, if you swear up and down that it did, I have a bad memory. Sure, maybe it did. I'll even give you that one. But that doesn't take away from my point. So, me and our key holder, Kinsey, at the time.
Love her.
Love her. She's my best friend.
She will be a guest one day.
Yes, she will. She is going to be a guest. Love her down. We made the executive decision that since she was going to spend the entirety of her shift in buyback, she could keep an eye on him. She was going to be the one that was training him.
And she is, was the best cashier.
Yes, and she for the longest time was the only person that was training any of our cashiers. Mm-hmm. Get this. Literally the night before, Holly sends a message to the manager group chat and she says, I need a manager to take accountability for said employee tomorrow. Like, she'd never said a specific manager. She never messaged me directly. It was in the entirety of the manager group chat. Anyone could have taken responsibility. So me and Kinsey, as two parts of management, the two managers that were there that day, we decided that that's how that was going to go. So, and it worked out that way too as well, because like I could go do my job because we were getting ready for inventory at the same time. So it's like I can go prep the store for inventory. We can get so much more done this way. Like, I was trying to do the best thing for the store and for the prep for inventory. Like, I was trying to get everything done because it wasn't getting done by other specific people.
Wonder who could help.
Right. So I was doing that. I also did get food poisoning the night before.
Oh my God.
This happened.
Yeah,
I did eat something bad. I didn't realize it until after I ate it, but it was expired. I can't even remember what it was. But I was sick at the time too. So I was still trying to get this done. I will admit, like, I didn't want to train because I was feeling bad. Yeah. But it also, like, in the same breath, it did make the most sense for Kinsey to be the one that did it.
Yeah.
And I think
because
that
she's also been doing it for every other one.
Right.
So.
And Holly never specifically said a manager. And in that time, the conversation that we apparently had slipped my mind. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's so much to, like, back up my side of things, and it shouldn't have gotten to the point that it did. But the following day, she called me into the office, and we were talking about it. And she was like, what happened? Because apparently his numbers were very low.
Brand new employee, by the way.
Yeah.
Just to keep that in mind. Brand new employee.
And it was a very, very slow day. It's already hard to get people to sign up on slow days. And it's like, and I'm not trying to vouch for him or anything, and I'm not trying to make my case sound any better. Like, but...
It's just fact.
It is just, yeah.
There is a fact behind that. It is hard to get people to do it in general. It's way harder to get it done during the week. And he's a brand new employee.
Yeah, brand spanking new. And so his numbers were bad, and she called me into the office. She was like, what happened? What was the problem? And she was like, I just want you to tell me, like, what happened yesterday. And I was like, well, I mean, there was really nothing that I could say other than just to calmly explain to her what happened. I was like, well, me and Kinsey collectively came to the decision that, like, we were going to have her train him, just so she could keep a constant eye on him, because that's what you asked for. And yeah, I just thought that was the best choice to make in that specific time. And she was like, well, we had this conversation, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, I don't remember that conversation. I'm sorry that I didn't remember the conversation. Actually, I don't think I apologized at all, because I wasn't sorry about what happened.
Yeah. Because
it wasn't supposed to be me doing something in any way, shape, or form out of, like, anger or resentment or anything like that. Like, it also was not that big of a deal. And, like,
almost nothing ever is.
Also, I was trying to be very professional in the way that I was speaking to her as well, because obviously she was very upset, and I didn't want to get into a full-blown match with her, because things escalate very, very easily with her.
Oh, within a breath.
Literally. And so I just didn't want that to happen. I was being very respectful. I was being very professional in my way of speaking. I wasn't speaking to her as a friend in that moment. I was speaking to her like she was my manager. And she was like, she said something along the lines of, I don't understand why you have an attitude with me right now. And I was like, I do not have an attitude with you right now, but I will have one if you keep accusing me of something that's not happening. Yeah. I did say that to her. And I guess that was a little bit of attitude in that statement, but it was also me speaking my truth. Mm-hmm. And it was my little warning of, I'm trying to be professional with you. I'm trying to actually have a good, productive conversation, and you're trying to flip this into something that it's not, because I don't know, you live for the drama. Like,
Truly.
I don't understand. Like, I
Truly.
I don't understand why it got flipped the way that it did. I really
Because
don't.
she is who she
And
is.
then later that same day, she called me into the office again because the same guy I was training that day, and it was while I was training him, and I was like, because I even told her at the end, I was like, okay, well, I mean, I take accountability for that. I'm training Wyatt today. I'm training him today. So I will make sure that, I mean, he gets his numbers up. I will have a conversation with him, make sure that he's asking every person every time. Like, I took accountability for it at the end of the day, even though I didn't see that it was a big deal. I was not trying to get into it. And she called me back again, and she was like, I just don't think that our conversation ended well. I was like, what? Like, what else do you want me to tell you? Like, what else? I had to explain myself again in the same way that I did again. And she was like, the way that you said that attitude thing. And I was like, okay, but that's how I felt because you were attacking me. You were attacking me with something that wasn't true.
You always have an attitude, but you say everyone else does.
And that's and no. And I did bring that up, and I was like, okay, but let's talk about the way that you talk to people, the way that you are talking to me. You have an attitude with me all the time.
All the time.
And she was like, it's my tone, and you know that. And
No.
I feel like and she was like, I feel like I have gotten better, like with going to therapy and stuff. And at that point, I was just like, okay. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore. I was
It's
like,
a losing
okay.
battle.
It truly
Yeah.
is. And that's why what a lot of people don't understand about when I talk to them and I, like, complain to them about this job. And they're like, why don't you just do this? And why don't you just do that? Why don't you just talk to her? And it's because it's a losing battle.
It
like,
is, yeah.
There truly is no point because she doesn't ever see that she's wrong. She doesn't, frankly, I don't think she even cares.
Oh, no, absolutely
Like,
not.
I just, she's not going to change. She's sure as hell is not going to change. So it's like, what's the point?
I mean, she outright told us that she literally does not care what anyone in that store has to say about her because she's
Truly.
the manager.
Truly.
Like,
she, at the end of the day, she still has her job no matter what anyone thinks about her.
also calling the entire staff those people.
Yes.
It was crazy. That was crazy to hear in real time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you're really talking about your staff that way.
Like, doesn't care.
Your entire staff. And also, you don't care what people have to say about you?
That's a damn
your
lie.
staff?
Hey, that's a damn lie because
Yeah.
if you didn't, you wouldn't be so worked up right now.
Exactly.
You wouldn't act the way you act if you didn't care what people think about you.
That part.
I think she cares too much about what people think about her.
And yet does
But
nothing to make
also-
people like her more,
yeah,
by the way.
and that's the thing, too. It's like, that's
It's such a
fucking
weird,
crazy.
like, dichotomy.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if in, like, 10 years' time, I look at the local news and she's, like, on trial for murdering somebody. Like, serial killer vibes.
Or someone's on trial for murdering her. I'm surprised
That
she
as
hasn't
well.
that something hasn't been done to her at that location.
There's so many people that I know have a vendetta against her, and, like, if they could, they would. You being one of them.
Thank you.
It's just, like, I don't understand. My brain doesn't comprehend the way that her brain thinks and processes things, and why she is the way that she is, and why she acts the way that she acts.
Because it's so far removed from
I
reality.
I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah.
And, like, I guess that's the thing with mental illness is, like, a lot of people don't always get it. And that's fine. That's between you and your therapist. But, hey, next time you go to the therapist, let's make sure it's working.
I had a funny idea. Would you like to hear it?
I surely would.
Okay. I think it'd be kind of funny to text, like, the members of staff, both past and present, and be like, well, maybe not present. That might be a bit too risky for them. But the past. Be like, hey, do you want to record, like, a voice message of your your favorite terrible memory of her? Like, your worst interaction with her? And we can play it.
Yeah.
And that's, like, a segment on our pod.
Oh my god. No, because we don't want our podcast to always be about this bitch.
You know what? That's actually so fucking true.
This needs to be like one and done type
Yeah.
thing.
I think I said that at the top of the episode. I was like,
Might have.
I think this needs to be like, we're getting this out so we don't ever have to really discuss it again.
Yeah, that's why it's 2 parts, so that we
Yeah.
can finish it today.
Yeah.
Never have to talk about it again. Tomorrow we'll talk about some fuck shit.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, next week.
That part.
Truly.
I'm so tired of that bitch taking up space in my head.
Me too.
I'm so glad this is being put to bed.
Yeah.
Because my God.
It's like, I already felt the relief of like quitting and walking out, but now that I'm like done talking about it, I have it all off my chest for the whole entire world to see. Like, it's like I have it out in the open and I can finally let it go.
Should I dox her?
I was actually thinking,
I mean, not her home address, but like where the store is.
bye.
I'll tell you what she looks like. I'll tell you where the store is, what she looks like, well, maybe not what car she drives. That might be a bit fire. Because that's my joy.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my joy.
No, I just... What was I going to say?
Sorry.
Fuck, this happens to me all the time.
Sorry. That was my fault.
No, it's okay.
I just get so excited to say things to you.
I know. You love talking to me.
I do.
I lost it. It's
I'm
gone.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I forgive you.
Thank you.
It probably wasn't important anyways. It was probably just a reiteration of stuff that we've said many, many times already.
That's true. Okay, well, I feel like I think we've gotten it all out.
I think so.
There's so many other stories and so many other situations that happened while we were both working there.
Yeah, but it's just irrelevant. It's the same shit over and over again.
And that's the worst part. It really was. It's the same cycle over and over again.
Yeah.
And it all begins with her. It all begins and ends with her.
It ends with us.
And it should end. She should end. I was looking at you really hard in the eyes there. What?
I don't know.
I don't know either. What was that?
The Hunger Games.
Do it again.
Do, 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 do.
Okay, I got it that time. I didn't hear like the opening notes. I just heard doo doo, and I was like, see, it's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
Until we get something better or something funnier.
Yeah.
And also, that means I don't have to worry about any sort of copyright.
I wish I could write music. Because I can I can play the piano. I can play chords and shit, but I can't. Just off the top, just from the rip,
Don't we may be sad, but we're funny. Just really, that's really dramatic. I hate
we
that.
We may be sad, but we're funny.
Cut that. Cut it all. Cut
babes. You were leaving that in. You were leaving that in for the whole World Wide Web to see.
I'm the producer.
You're gonna leave that in.
Oh, this is the second time you've pointed a gun at me today.
And you like it.
Maybe. Who said
Ka-chow.
Ciao. Oh, God.
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
Let's wrap it up.
Oh,
we gotta end it.
Please wrap it up. Hey,
No one wants to hear it anymore.
practice safe sex, guys. Wrap it up.
Do you have a better joke you want to end it on?
Bring back the bush.
Oh, yes. Like we said at the top of part 1, bring back the bush.
Please bring back the bush.
I hate
Please, my
hate it.
Hydrodentist Supertiva cannot handle it anymore.
Your Hyperdentist Sativa blend? Yep, hates it.
Sativa? Isn't that a string of weed?
Yes! Your Hyperdentist Sativa.
And clock that.
Thank you. Anyway. Okay, we gotta stop. We have to end this.
We have to go.
Thank you so much for watching, for listening on whatever platform you're on.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Yes.
What do we want them to comment on this vid?
Oh, your worst boss experience.
Yeah. Ooh,
Also, hey.
vote yes or no. Should we bring back the bush?
And it should be, actually, I think you can
And it
put
should be
polls.
yes. Can we?
I think so.
Yeah, we're gonna put a poll up if we can figure it out.
It won't be that hard, I don't think.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine. We're gonna put a poll up. Should we bring back the bush?
Yes
I can
or no.
even also post it on my Insta story.
There we go.
Our Insta story.
we take a poll from each social platform, see what happens.
Yes, and then we can chat about that next episode.
There we go. What was I going to say? Oh, no.
Bye.
Oh, the comments thing. I was saying if
Oh,
anyone that used to work there,
Has any horror stories from that specific?
please drop them. Drop them in the comments.
We'd love to hear about it.
Yes.
We love to hear about it.
Yes.
We love shared experiences, shared trauma.
And because we're telling the truth now and we can be honest about everything, we liked all of you.
Yes.
Except for Holly.
Yes.
You little
I did
troll
not.
ass
I
bitch.
literally had not a single problem with anybody there.
No.
And if it looked like I did, it was because it was projected on me, and I'm deeply sorry. Deeply sorry.
It was never projected on me. The one person who I had to have a conversation with that I was forced to knows that it was not at my behest.
And I did try to make it I did try to do my best to talk to you guys afterwards and be like, it's because I'm trapped.
I'm literally being
Yeah.
forced to do this.
Yeah.
Or my job would be at
On
risk.
the line.
Yeah. So anyway, if you are listening, if you worked there, please drop it down below. We would love to hear from all of you and let us know who you are if your username is weird.
It's weird.
Well, because like your
lot of
username isn't
people
always
do.
your it's not always your name.
Yeah.
And I remember you. I don't want to hear from you. Anyway.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
Sing. I'm trying to remember what the Phantom does.
Oh, sorry guys, I'm an alto.
Didn't really hit that though, did you?
No, I know I didn't. That's why I said sorry.
Okay, because I don't know what alto means.
Bottom of the barrel.
I
hit the low notes.
Well, remember how you called me a bottom of the barrel human being last episode?
Yes. Pork and air. No, beef. Yeah, pork and air. You can't have beef.
Well.
Speaking of beef, I need a cheeseburger so bad.
Okay.
I'm so hungry.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up so Hannah can go eat.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe on whatever platform you're on.
Yes.
And we put out a new episode every Wednesday, so we will see you in the next one.
Yes. Bye. Bye.